The ancient oak tree stood sentinel over Whisperwood, its highest branch home to Orion. A great horned owl whose knowledge was legendary. Moonlight silvered his magnificent feathers as he surveyed the slumbering forest. Orion knew the precise moment the first crocus pushed through the snow, the migratory path of the ruby-throated hummingbird, and the complex mathematical patterns hidden within a Spittero's web. Creatures sought his counsel on everything from navigating dense fog to understanding the meaning of distant stars. Orion, with a dignified tilt of his head, always had an answer, delivered in his deep, resonant voice that echoed wisdom through the still night air. He truly believed he understood every secret. The whispering leaves held one blustery autumn night. A fierce gale descended upon Whisperwood, tearing leaves from branches and shaking the very foundations of the ancient trees. Orion, secure in his lofty perch, watched the chaos unfold below. A family of field mice, their delicate nest shredded by the wind, huddled terrified amidst exposed roots. A young fox whimpered, lost and disoriented in the swirling debris. Orion called out instructions based on star patterns and wind currents he knew by heart, advising paths now blocked by fallen limbs. His profound knowledge, so vast and intricate, suddenly seemed disconnected from the desperate, immediate needs unfolding in the violent dark below the sheltering boughs. His voice, usually so reassuring, was lost in the stormy roar. Panic fluttered in Orion's chest, a sensation entirely new to him. Below, he saw Pip, a small, unassuming field mouse known more for her quiet industry than grand pronouncements. Pip wasn't consulting star charts. She was acting with remarkable calm. She guided her shivering mouse family along a hidden pathway only she knew. Sheltered by a moss-covered log, she nudged the lost fox kit towards the dry, earthy sanctuary of an old badger set, bypassing the treacherous open ground. Orion had suggested. Pip moved with a certainty born not of knowing everything, but of understanding her immediate world intimately, her tiny paws sure on the rain-slicked earth, her whiskers sensing the safest passage through the chaos. Her quiet competence was a stark contrast to Orion's helpless pronouncements. The storm eventually blew itself out, leaving a bruised dawn and a forest strewn with fallen branches. Orion, humbled and shaken, descended from his high branch, his magnificent feathers ruffled and damp. He found Pip carefully gathering dry moss to repair her family's nest near the sturdy oak roots. The silence stretched, heavy with unspoken thoughts. Finally, Orion spoke, his voice softer than the rustle of dry leaves. Pip, he began, the words feeling strange on his beak. Last night I knew the storm's name, its origin over distant mountains, its likely speed, but I did not know how to help the fox kit find warmth, or guide the mice to safety within the raging wind. My knowledge, it seemed far away. He looked down at the small mouse, his large eyes filled with a new, vulnerable uncertainty. Pip paused her work, looking up at the great owl. Master Orion, she said gently, her voice a soft murmur, knowing the name of the wind is wonderful. Knowing the paths of the stars fills the night with stories. But last night, what we needed was knowing which route offered shelter from the fiercest gusts, where the dry earth tunnels lay hidden, which leaves could soak up the dampness fastest. My knowledge is small. Like me, it fits just this patch of earth beneath this oak tree. She gestured around the familiar roots and stones. Knowing the whole forest is a marvel, but sometimes, knowing your own small piece of it truly, deeply Theta the knowledge that keeps you warm. Her words were simple, yet carried the weight of profound truth. Orion felt a shift deep within him, like the turning of a great, slow will. He had spent a lifetime gathering knowledge, hoarding facts like precious gems, believing that knowing about the world was the same as knowing how to be within it. Pip's quiet wisdom illuminated a different path. He realized that true understanding wasn't just about possessing information. It was about connection, about knowing how that information touched the lives of others right where they stood. The vastness of the cosmos was breathtaking, but the intricate details of the forest floor, the hidden pathways, the immediate needs of a neighbor, these held their own essential magic. A gentle warmth replaced the cold knot of pride in his chest. From that day forward, Orion remained perched high in the oak, But his perspective had irrevocably changed. He still shared his knowledge of the stars and the seasons. But now he also listened. He listened to Pip explaining the best time to gather the sweetest acorns, to Old Badger describing the subtle signs of approaching frost deep within his set, to the squirrels chattering about the strongest branches for their drays. He became a bridge, weaving together the grand tapestry of cosmic knowledge with the intimate, vital threads of lived experience shared by the forest's smaller inhabitants. His answers became richer, more compassionate, grounded in the reality of Whisperwood's daily life. He was no longer just the owl who knew all. He became the owl who understood enough to listen, enough to learn, and enough to truly help. Under the gentle gaze of the moon, Whisperwood settled into a profound peace. The rustling leaves seemed to whisper tales not just of distant galaxies, but of cooperation found in the roots below. Orion felt a contentment deeper than any he'd known before. Pip, nestled safely with her family, looked up at the great owl's silhouette against the starry canvas. A silent understanding passed between them, a recognition that wisdom isn't a solitary peak, but a vast, interconnected forest where every creature, from the smallest mouse to the grandest owl, holds a vital piece of the light. Together, bathed in the soft moonlight, they knew a quiet, enduring kind of magic, the magic of shared understanding and belonging.